Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. Ah! It scared me. Well, welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks Late Night. This is the late night edition. We had a lot of stuff to get done today, including watching my USC Trojans just be completely blown out of the water for any chance of ever making it into the playoffs, or dare I say, ever being good again. I feel like at this point, I just need to find a new team. Any suggestions? Anybody got a team I should join? I'm happy to go back and pay 4 years of tuition to really get deep into the team. You know, find the lore, get the traditions, you know, make it like some of the best days of my life, trudging across campus at 9 a.m. so that we could play beer pong with my very good friends, and then, you know, kick the little, we had a flagpole in the middle, you kick that for good luck, and then, you know, the Trojans would win back then. They don't win anymore, so I guess I gotta get over that. Anyway, late night. What are we doing? I will give you a little look behind the curtain. We almost did root beer floats. This close to doing root beer floats, but I could not get my personal Dr. Cush's exotic, very good adult root beer float going in time. So we had to instead go with these guys, which is a bit different. These are all cocktails, all fizzes, having to do with late night. Just the names, really. We're just going to make 3 great fizzes. I feel like that's important to us. And from there, we'll just, you know, the conversation, really, I think is what we're all here for. I don't know exactly what to do. Paulie asking, wow, is this Dr. Cush After Dark? Tis that, exactly. Paul, let me turn on my thing so I can give you your wow. Yeah, this is Dr. Cush After Dark. That's what this is. Late night. Starts 1 hour later. Almost 2, but I was able to move things around. Can we make this time a regular thing? Asked Low Carb Cocktail Guy. Well, let's see how many people are here. 9. The answer so far, Low Carb Cocktail Guy, is no. But we'll see how many people show up here in the next few minutes. Shiny Panabaker says cheers. We say cheers to Shiny Panabaker. And a good evening to you all. Let's see. Shiny thinks people might have forgotten to set their alarms. It's possible. Seems like there aren't a lot of people in here. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's like being a kid and getting to stay up to watch Saturday Night Live. That's a good one. That's, listen, Saturday Night Live was always better when you're kids. That's the theory on SNL. Everybody believes that Saturday night, which is always better. But just like nostalgia, everything's always better when you're a kid. I don't know. I don't, you know, the new SNL is no good. But when I was a kid, it was really good. David Spade. What a random one. All right. DC Debbie Clark is here. She's the winner of the 2023 Kush-Tucky Derby. That is good. Low Carb Cocktail Guy was here first. I do want to give Low Carb Cocktail Guy his comeuppance. He was here first. He was here a while ago. Very excited about the new time. But unfortunately, I know that it's a Nate night, but it is a normal night for the Low Carb Cocktail Guy. Good to see you, pal. Top party school in the country. Which one? Wait, sorry. Oh, LSU? Ooh. I've said some bad things about LSU already. I don't think they'd let me. And I also just want to say, just like everybody as a kid, what is going on here? Everybody as a kid, their school always was elected #1 party school in the country, because I know that ASU, everybody from ASU says that. I know everybody from UC Boulder says that. Everybody says that they were the #1 party school. Oh, here's a guy I feel bad for. Espen, I am so sorry. Moose, let's give Moose his proper sounds. That's going to take a while, Moose. Let's just do it. Moose. Goose, good to see you, pal. I know that it is up late, or we might be bordering on early for you. Either way. What are these cocktails? These cocktails are all having to do with fizzes. They all have a name that puts them in the category of for a late night, or really pertaining to a night. We're really going to go through the beginnings of the night, the dusk, straight on until the worst part of the night. And we all know what that is. Let's say it together. Morning. Yes, morning. How many of us have been out having a drinky poo, a little party poo, just any kind of poo. Suddenly, you open up the door. Oh God, is that the sun, or is that two things can be true? Either the sun, and that's bad, or aliens have their super bright lights shined right at my window, right in my eyes right now, and I hate both of these. At least with aliens, I'd be a good spokesperson now. I've had a few. I feel like I'm ready to talk to the people, talk to the aliens. So we're going to talk about the drinks we're making. Spoiler alert: we're making a Dusk, Death at Dusk, an old cocktail based off of a Hemingway cocktail. We are making a Midnight Fizz. Why is it called the Midnight Fizz? Nobody knows. Just trust me. The New York Times said it, and whatever you believe about the New York Times, their food section is really good. Their food and beverage section, really good. And then the third one, we are making a Morning Glory Fizz and tips and tricks, tips and tricks, tips and tricks, tips and tricks. We're going to show you how to drink it. It's got a very specific way to drink that cocktail. Anyway, that's what we're doing. So why don't we start? Let's start. Is it too late to start? Too early to start? It is later than normal. Normally, I'm eating by this point. So if you hear my tummy grumbling, know that I am very regimented in when I get to eat. This right here is a host. This is Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Don't get too close to him. He gets scared. If you get real close to him, he can get jumpy. This right here is something different. This right here is called a champagne flute. I believe that's how the Dutch say it. We'll say it the real way. This is a champagne flute, and we're going to be making a cocktail right inside of it. One of my very favorite cocktails, little lore, and also to pump up next week. The very first cocktail I ever made, a woman named Tammy Harrison, was this cocktail exactly. When I first started writing for another woman named Corinne Olympios, Bachelor fans in the house at all? Definitely. You don't watch this and that. Kyle's wondering, why does the glass have spots on it? I don't know, Kyle. Why does the glass have spots on it? It just does, Kyle. Just let it be. Let it go. Because we just washed it moments ago. That's why it has spots on it. I tried to hang dry it, but it didn't work. Doesn't matter. The first cocktail I ever made, Tammy, was this one. The first cocktail I ever made, my friend Corinne, was this one. And one of the very first cocktails I ever got put on a menu was this one. Now, the problem with putting this cocktail on a menu is it drove my bartenders absolutely bonkers to make it. It's very, very simple. We're going to put this on Do Not Disturb. There we go. It's very, very difficult to make. It takes a little bit of time. It's not the most difficult drink of all time to make, but it does take a little time. It takes a little bit of patience, and it takes a little bit of know-how. You can't just shoot these things out. And the problem with it is, as Paul said, this is like one of those late night Uber with Cush from the Association of the Queensberry after class to drink more classes. Yes, those were big days. Those were big days. But with the bars that I worked at, we were unfortunately in a never-ending tug of war. I wanted to win awards and make them really cool destination bars where people could go and drink and have an experience that they would never have anywhere else. Everybody else wanted them to be dance clubs with simple menus. I was never gonna make it there. I was the odd man out. So putting this on the menu did make a lot of sense. There is some fire involved, absolutely. There is a story that goes along with it, mostly being that Ernest Hemingway, fantastic writer, really good. I mean, if you haven't read Hemingway, most of the time, I would say crack an actual book with it too, because it's quite an experience. One of the worst bartenders of all time. In fact, I don't know one good Hemingway original cocktail. I don't know of it. They're all bad. Even the Hemingway daiquiri was fixed by a lot of bartenders until we could get it to a place where it is now my favorite cocktail, but a lot of them are bad. Anyway, this is what we're up to. We're going to grab some of this. Now, this is a difficult, or at least was a very difficult ingredient to get your hands on for a long time. This is creme de violette. Says violette right there. Creme does not mean cream. As much as we want it to be violet cream, that's what we want. That's all we want. If we had a genie, that'd be one of our wishes. Violet cream. It is not violet cream. It means the best of the violet, the creme of the violet. So it takes all the best stuff from the violet, makes it into a liqueur. We're going to go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of some creme de violette to make the cocktail that maybe I've said it, maybe I haven't, called the Death at Dusk. Now, this stuff is, in my opinion, awesome. I think this stuff is awesome. A lot of people really disagree with me, really have a problem with me saying that. Honestly, might just vote me right out of office if I was ever to say something like creme de violette is awesome. A lot of people really dislike it, and that is fine. We do not all have to like... What did I do with my champagne? Found it. We do not all have to like the same stuff, guys. We just have to live with people that like stuff other than us. I think it's great. Davey Wonderich, who I adore and love, thinks it tastes just like hand soap. Not ideal. Okay, we're going to grab some of this guy. This right here is Cook's, sponsor of the show. I really should reach out to Cook's. See if Cooks wants to come on. The original recipe for Hemingway's cocktail was called Death in the Afternoon. Death in the Afternoon. It's called Death at Dusk because of the creme de violette. Is going to give us a beautiful purple hue to this that kind of looks like, dusk. That's that special time. That time when the lights are about to come on. You got to get on your bike and start driving home. That's what we're looking at. So go ahead and pour in your sparkling white wine. Such a nice color. There we go. We'll go right up to the top. We're going to pour this right up to the top. We don't want to pour it above the top. All right? We can see that there's a little bit of space here. In Hemingway's original cocktail that he actually created, as far as we can tell, the ingredients are champagne and absinthe. That's it. The creme de violette adds a little sweetness, sort of balances the whole thing out. But that, to me, sounds absolutely horrific. Oh, gosh. I didn't even check to see if I had absinthe. Let's see. Absinthe. That's almost empty. This could be a real tough show because absinthe is in 2 different cocktails. Kyle, do I have any absinthe out there? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm pretty sure I have some. Not there. Not there. Where are you, absinthe? Oh, St. George. Great, St. George. Phew. That could have been bad. We're going to grab some of our absinthe. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Top shelf. Appreciate it. This is absinthe. This is St. George absinthe. Lovely stuff. It comes in at approximately 60% alcohol. Ooh. That's the good stuff. Because it's so high in ABV, it has less sugar, meaning it is lighter. That's my professional opinion on that. Which also means that it will float to the top. So if we are able to pour this in very slowly, we should, in theory, be able to, Lord, this is why we don't start shows so late. I'm not here. We should be able to get this to float right here on top. Let's get the rest of our stuff ready. We're going to reach over here. Oh, we have a lighter right there. There we go. Let's get our toothpicks. And let's grab a... Oh. Kyle's taken to drinking Manhattans, and now all my cherries are gone. Kyle, will you please bring me a thing of cherries? I need a thing of cherries. Just whenever you get a chance. Yeah, I don't want those. All right, we are going to take our absinthe. We're going to take the back of this spoon. See the back? That's the front. I assume we all assume this is the front of the spoon. This is the back of a spoon. Really should be the underside of the spoon, and turn it upside down. And we are going to slowly layer this guy right on top of this drink. Thank you, Kyle. Okay. Thank you. Kyle's waiting to be on screen, so I appreciate that, buddy. You're the best. Yeah, bye. If we look at this, we can see that there is definitely a layer of absinthe right there. We are going to light these. I guess we should turn off the lights here. 1 second. There we go. We'll turn this off. We're going to slowly run our thing right here till we get this beautiful flame flaming away. It's better if I stand here. Yeah, that's better. We are, oh, hi everybody. We are not burning off a lot of alcohol. We are really just letting this, we're giving it a little flavor, burning off some alcohol. It's more or less for the look of it. But we've gone right up to the top, right here. What we want to do now is I have on here, I have a cherry. Tough to see without the lights. I have a little cherry. We are going to pour this cherry in. Damn it. Oh, light right back up. We're going to go ahead and pour this cherry right on top of here. We're going to dump it in. That will give us bubbles. If we do it right, those bubbles should turn off the flame. If you don't turn off the flame, I am very good at this, so I turn off the flame. If you don't, you can clap it out. And there you have it. We have now, let's turn on the lights so we can all see each other again. This is a very late night show, so hopefully we're all, dang. Should have waited, should have done that while the lights are off. But this right here is the Death at Dusk. It is a 3-layered cocktail right up, right here at the top. A lot of absinthe all the way through here. The champagne should be continuously moving, moving all of the what do you call this stuff? The violette right up to the top. If somebody wants it a touch more violet-y, then let's go ahead and take our spoon right in here, nice as we can. A little stir, and there we have it. Very simple drink, incredibly easy to do. Sorry, let me take that back. A very simple drink in as much as there are not a lot of ingredients to it, but getting that light on top does take some time. Please, please, oh please, oh please, as Paul says, I was looking for a recipe using absinthe so I can kill this bottle, so please continue. You're very welcome. Paul. I thought Paul was going to make a joke that every time I touch fire ever on this show the internet comes back at me and lets me know that I am basically burning children and widows alive, there is no middle ground. There is no way to be a super professional at something so that I am able to do this and not also tell everybody else without any experience. Definitely, I think it's time that we all light things on fire. I do think it's time that we all light things on fire, is what they say. Yes, Kyle says we are a fire show. That is exactly right. We are definitely a fire show. This was a fire cocktail. I enjoy fire in cocktails. I really enjoy that alcohol is flammable. It brings out a whole theatricalness that I really dig. This right here is the Death at Dusk. I have spilt a number of drops of it, so hopefully we're going to be okay with it. If you don't like violet, you're not going to like this cocktail. If you don't like absinthe, you're not going to like this cocktail. If you don't like champagne, get out of here. You don't like champagne? What do you mean you don't like champagne? When you say you don't like champagne, what you're saying is I don't prefer champagne the same way I don't prefer ginger beer, or like the way that my dad doesn't prefer avocados. He doesn't like, he says he doesn't, he'll eat an avocado, but he doesn't prefer it. There's no way you don't like champagne even a little bit, or like you hate champagne. There's no way. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. I don't know who I'm talking to. I've created a straw man and I have torched that jerk. Cheers to you guys. Delicious. I think this is delicious. I don't care what everybody else thinks. That's the late night coming up, baby. Hey, Kyle, when you come to get this cocktail, Kyle, by the way, Jen has stuck to her Sobertober. It is the 12th. She is very close. Kyle has quit, so Kyle is back to drinking with me. So thank you, Kyle, for joining me. Kyle, when you come in, can you bring me a towel? I did not get a bar towel. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna have one more sip of this because it's the late night show. Thanks, pal. Glad you threw that, and now you're gonna walk over and get this. There you go, buddy. Enjoy. If I go out there and I see a bunch of matches on the ground because you tried to relight it on fire, I'm going to be disappointed in you. Don't you give me that face. Don't give me that face either. What are these faces? The first one made sense. The last two were odd. Okay. Late night show. Should we make another one? I don't know where cocktails get their names. I just make up. Thank you, UF Mark. The UF Mark has, first of all, to our resident gator, Chomp Chomp. The UF Mark has sent the fire brigade to us. So we are able to put out that fire. I do have a, I should probably find that before I say I definitely have one. I have a fire extinguisher in here, but we don't really do that much fire stuff anymore. We did it for a while. We were doing a lot of fire stuff. I was trying to build an audience because, through spectacle. And then I decided I would build it through like just awkward conversations with myself. I'd made a choice. At some point, I made a choice. How do cocktails get their names? Freaking, I don't know. I mean, whatever I think is funny, that's usually how the cocktail gets its name. I have a couple cocktails that I really like that I created. The Love, Blood, and Zombie. I think that's a fun name. I just think it's fun. I have a bunch of other ones that are just like puns upon turns of phrase and tongues and cheeks, and etc. This one's called the Midnight Fizz. And you're probably... One second. Let me answer this question. The Infierno podcast asks, have you got Fernet Branca with Coke? It's an Argentinian popular drink. Yes. One of my very favorite drinks. Infierno podcast. Thank you for asking. We are going to get into... I know we're going to do a battle box soon with the Fernet and Coke. So if you are a fan of Fernet Branca... I know that the Infierno podcast, if you have a podcast, you got to be able to like turn on a computer. You got to have some level of intelligence. I assume that the Infierno podcast, who was watching us over on Kick, I assume that they have also heard this controversy about how much Fernet goes into a Fernet and Coke. So much? How much Coke goes into a Fernet and Coke? The exact same, but do the opposite. So we're going to be doing a battle box about that because we are in the middle, as you remember, of the Fall of Fizz. And that is one of the great fizzes of all time. The most popular, or at least one of the most popular cocktails in all of Argentina. The Fernet and Coke. When they used to order at my bars, they would say, Fernet Coke. And I don't know why. Infierno Podcast has a solution to this. 30% Fernet, 70% Coke. We're going to try it. We're going to battle box it. Not today, but we will battle box it soon. As we all know, Fernet Branco once thought very highly of me. They gave me best bartender in Los Angeles. I have a, the belt's over there. But I also have my thing. I always have it on me. This is my Fernet coin. Thank you, Infierno Podcast, for watching us over on Kick. It might seem lonely on Kick. We're over on YouTube. Oh, and 2 ices. Ices. Guys, not 2 ices. 2, I mean, barely got through 1. The next cocktail is called the Midnight Fizz. Why is it called the Midnight Fizz? I don't know. I feel like that's what we're getting at. It seems like it's a lot of other fizzes. Why did the New York Times then decide, oh, we're going to call this Midnight Fizz? I don't know. I don't know why the New York Times does what it does. Why are the connections, that connections game is so hard sometimes, and it's so easy other times. Why don't they just unify it? Make it pretty hard all the time. That's what I would like. The New York Times does a lot of kooky things. This might be one of those kooky things. But I've never tried it. We're doing a late night show here. We're starting at 7 instead of 6 my time. So basically, after this, I'm going to eat a little bit of soup and I'm going to go to bed. I'm 500 years old, it turns out. It seems like a lot of other great fizzes. A great fizz it has some citrus, it has some sugar, it has a little bit of soda water, and it has some sort of liquor. That's what we got. We are going to be making this. Let me just get my notes. Midnight Fizz, yeah. We're going to be making this the way that the New York Times suggests we do it. Exactly. I'm just reading. If you guys notice that I look down here like this, it's because I did. Calm down. It's because I did not create this cocktail. The New York Times created this cocktail, and I am just checking it out. So we're going to start over here by grabbing a lime. Let's put it in the light. We're going to start over here with a lime. We need 3/4 of an ounce of some lime juice. This is where we sort of separate a touch. Just a touch. From a normal gin fizz. Normal gin fizz, of course, has lemon. Oh, okay, lemons, limes. They're so different, everybody thinks. Basically the same thing. We're going to go ahead and cut this here. Remember, we're going to look inward. We're going to treat this as if it was some sort of meditation. We're going to be mindful. We're going to be very demure about this. We're going to find this little guy inside here, and we are going to slice it out. This is our juice thief. It is the core of the lime, and it is the reason that limes are sometimes a little stingy with their lime. We need 3/4 of an ounce, and we are going to do this. It does not say anything about doesn't say anything about how to squeeze the lime, so we're going to go with Constante Ribialagua Verts rationality. We're going to squeeze by hand, so we're going to get our fingers right in here. We want all that lime juice. We're going to go ahead and squeeze here. There we go. Excellent. We're going to squeeze here. Oh yeah, doing great. It's a late night show. Anything can happen. Drop that. Kyle, can you confirm that nobody has chatted in the past 45 minutes? I got a chat rate of 0 currently. Late night. Late night. Come home. Yes, you can confirm that. Thank you. Appreciate that, Kyle. All right, we're going to go ahead and put in a little bit of simple syrup. We've been enraptured. I don't think that's the case. We're going to go ahead and grab a little bit of simple syrup. Easy to make simple syrup. One part water, 1 part sugar. That's what we want. We're going to go ahead and put in ½ an ounce of some simple syrup. Doing all the right stuff. We are also going to put in 1/2 of an ounce of a different sweetener. Surely that's a record for how little people have chatted. It's the late night show. We don't normally. Thank you. Thank you for the popcorn. Thank you for the popcorn that you have, Mark. We've done it. Gotten 0 people to chat. We're going to go ahead and grab a little bit of orange liqueur. What kind of orange liqueur do you want? Some triple sec, some Cointreau, some Curacao. I don't care. Some, did I say all of them? That's it. We're going to grab a little bit of this stuff and put in ½ of an ounce. ½ of an ounce of some orange liqueur. It's not orange in color. It gets confusing. It's confusing. It is orange just in its soul, just in its flavor and its taste. And 1 egg white. I got 2 egg whites down here. Hopefully, that wasn't an egg. I got it right here. Okay. We have an egg. We have an egg white. When we make our cocktails, we want to crack the egg white into a different vessel than what is already containing all of the liquid. That way, if we crack anything that we don't want in there, it doesn't go into the small container with all of the good juices, thus making us throw this out. It instead goes into the big one. Let's bring in big one cam. Good thing that was covering everything. Pour this in. We want to give this a dry shake. How long do we dry shake for? Oh. Just dry shake it. Go back and forth. It should be the least fun shake. I have found, this is an odd thing that I found in my life. Children, drunks, old people, religious people of all shapes and sizes, and everybody else. So that, if you count those first 4 groups, and then you add everybody else, everybody likes watching bartenders shake. Everybody hates it when bartenders shake and no sound comes out. It's the least satisfying way to stand behind a bar, letting everybody know, hey, I'm like a chef, but I'm going to make it right in front of you. And I'm going to do a little flair. I'm going to do a little dance for you. And then suddenly, Jeff. That's what we got. We're going to pour this into a fizz glass. If you are a tiki person, and you might be, you found me. If you are a tiki person, you are going to, instead of a fizz glass, you can pour it right into a zombie glass. We're going to pour this right. Oh, God. Get ice. What the hell is going on? Get some ice. What, are you guys going to try and do this without ice? Don't do it without ice. This is ice. We've heard of it before. It's frozen water. This is frozen in a unidirectional path, thus making it clear ice. Put your clear ice in here. I was going to leave you there. Now we're going to shake it. This is the shake everybody likes. Fizz, y'all. Yeah, shake it a lot. Now this is where the New York Times was very specific in how to make this drink. Very specific. You got to use one of these. I don't know. I don't know why. They have a whole theory. They basically wrote a whole op-ed about using one of these guys right here. Whew. That's what they... Let me just say hello to Crazy Cat Chef. Hello, Crazy Cat Chef. We have a cat that started coming by our house. We've started feeding it, and they're multiplying. If you have any suggestions, like, I don't know. Hello, Crazy Cat Chef. We're going to go ahead and pour this, all this stuff, in through here. This is called we call this a double strainer. It's called a tea strainer. Pour it in through here. Why do we do that? It seems like it's just to make a mess. I don't know why they want a double strain on this, but they freaking do. So we're going to double strain this. I feel like a double strain on this Midnight Fizz is really just taking the fizz away. Look at, let me bring stealing your fizz cam. Look at that. Look at how much fizz they're stealing from us by double straining. This is not, look at all, that's all good fizz. I don't think so. You know why? Don't forget to put in the liquor. I feel like that's important for this whole thing. We put in some sugar, we put in some lime, we put in some egg white. Don't forget to put in the gin. 2 ounces of gin. It seemed short. For those of you new to the show, this is not normally when we start the show. We started an hour late, and that has clearly just thrown me way off. Oh, this feels way better. Oh, you can just feel it in here. All right. I would love to say that I don't normally make that mistake, but I do. Now pour it through this. Let's see if this does anything different. Oh, look at that. Oh, would you look at that? Goes right through. There we go. That was very stupid of me. Just get over there. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, we've done it. This right here is basically a Midnight Fizz. We're going to add a little bit of soda water. Which soda water? Sparkling plain water from Trader Joe's. It wouldn't be the first time that some of the evening my bartender stopped adding the liquor. I love it. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I've done it to people. I've certainly cut people off by still charging them for their drink, but not putting liquor in. If they notice, I'll put the liquor in. If they don't, they didn't need it anyway, and I needed the money. We're gonna go ahead and pour this right down this. Oh, we're gonna pour this right down the side of our spoon. That way, the soda water gets at least has a chance to get down there to the bottom. There's no cream in this, so we shouldn't get away like a big head on it at all. A little bit. Got a little bit of a head. Seems pretty good. It seems that, crazy enough, seems like there's gin in there now, which that's a real a plus for this cocktail. This cocktail that is a gin cocktail. Really nice that there's there's gin in it. Woohoo! Kyle, this needs to be cleaned. Thank you. I'm acting like that's Kyle's fault. That's definitely my fault. Let's get one of a good straw. There we go. And this straw, drop this here. Will it stand? It will. If you have shaken your cocktail correctly, not too long, that's the thing right here, and then that's it right here. So it is, if you look at that, you can see from the 3D renderings that I've just performed in front of you that this is in fact standing. That's what we want. This is called the Midnight Fizz. It's not exactly midnight where I'm at, but it's getting close to it where everybody else is. So let's see how they did. How the New York Times Midnight Fizz does. It's really just a gin fizz with some orange and lime. Kind of like a margarita with gin, but with fizz and egg. I was wrong. That is a significant cocktail. That is a cocktail that is nice and fresh. I like the lime on it. We'll give it a spin. There we go, so everybody can see what we're up to. Let's move it a little further back. There we go. Give that nice little spin. Drink while it's spinning. I like that. Did it need its own category or even its own name? Listen, that's up to us. I'll be very honest, if you are to walk into a bar and order a gin fizz, let's say you go into, let's just, for sake of argument, say you walk into a place where bartenders, they have like 500 back pocket cocktails. They just know what to do. You walk into like Death and Co, right? You walk up to the bartender. He has rolled up his sleeves. He has his suspenders on and his mustache is up here. And you say, I would like a Midnight Fizz. He is not going to know what you're talking about. This is not that popular of a cocktail. If you were instead to say, I would like a gin fizz, but I want it with lime instead of lemon, and I want half the sweetener to be orange liqueur, that's how you would get this. Otherwise, you might be in some trouble. Hello, Loriander. Loriander, watching us over on Twitch. And for Shawnee Panda Baker, it is 10:47, almost midnight. Almost midnight. I was just on the East Coast. Oh, Kyle, do you want this? I was in a little place called, it's a little slice of heaven called Virginia. Is that not late? Yes. Is this not later than normal? Loriander, this is the late night show. We're doing all late night fizzes. Kyle, come and get this. If they aren't wearing suspenders, don't even ask. I feel like UF Mark, that is a really, really good adage. Were you counting? You were. I was going too slowly for you. Good. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle making a lot of faces. Yeah, UF Mark, if they aren't wearing suspenders, don't even ask. I do feel like suspenders are the sign of a great bartender. Although recently I have noticed that when I go into bars, it is not the suspenders anymore, like the really good bars. It is, it's always going to be tight pants. For some reason, bartenders love their tight pants. They don't get caught on stuff, I guess. But it's also going to be what we call aloha shirts or Hawaiian shirts or floral shirts. And they are very well tapered. That's the look for bartenders. They look, that's the look. You want to pretend to be a great bartender? That's what you got to wear. I only ordered a gin fizz once at a bar that had a big liquor liquor collection and a small crowd. And yes, they had suspenders. Only time I felt not mean considering ordering. Yeah. I feel like Crazy Cat Chev, you seem to have a good head on your shoulders. Welcome to the show, first of all. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders. Yeah, if they aren't wearing suspenders, and you order a gin fizz from somebody, somebody's going to get weirded out, or else you're going to get something that you definitely don't want. You order a gin fizz, you're going to want that egg white in it. Whether you like egg white or not, you're going to want that egg white in it. Otherwise, just order a gin and soda with a squeeze of lime and a little sugar. You want that egg white in there. You want that heft. At Dougie G's age, all skinny clothes are kind of a not good look. I've seen Dougie G. I've seen Dougie G in person. I mean, if he wore skinny clothes, it would look like his calves were two snakes that swallowed a bowling ball. I mean, he's got that boy can jump over your head. It's calves the size of pineapples. Okay, last cocktail. Oh, hello, Bon Bon. I thought we were starting at 8 p.m. Sorry, Bon Bon. We started. Sorry, Bon Bon. We thought we were going to have to start at 8, but then we started at 7 because I got too tired. I got home early enough. Sorry, Bon Bon. I should have sent out a whole mailing list. I don't know how to do that, though. Bon Bon, you're just in time, though. You're just in time. We have gone through Dusk. Dusk, of course, the time when the lights start fading down. Midnight could be maybe the best time of the day. That's my bedtime. Midnight is my bedtime. I love it. I do a little meditation. I'm done with my work for the day. I get to wrap up, get into bed. I love that. Midnight. You've gone through this whole night. You've been having fun with your friends. You passed midnight. You passed all the stuff. You got past 3 a.m. No good decisions ever made after 3 a.m. Zero, no, nada. Unless that decision is go home right now. And you get to the morning. That is the worst. So somebody made a cocktail called the Morning Glory Fizz. It's supposed to be a cocktail that you drink immediately after waking up. How long has this cocktail been around? 1890s. This cocktail's been around for the 1890s. We think that we're so smart. We think that we have so many problems that nobody else has ever been so drunk that they are hungover and need something real quick. Well, we aren't. We're animals. We are absolute, disgusting, filthy animals. And we will not stop until we've completely destroyed our bodies, our livers, our minds, and our credit. And when you have done all of those things, there's only one thing you need, and that's a bit of the hair of the dog. And that is where the Morning Glory Fizz comes in. I want to make it the correct way. It shows up in 2 different books almost simultaneously, which means that this is a cocktail that was created somewhere by some dude we don't know, and it just sort of found its way. And when something works, people want to make it. People want to write about it. So we're going to go ahead and make a cocktail called the Morning Glory Fizz. And through extensive research, I'm going to show you exactly how you're meant to drink this. So grab your shakers. This is another shaky cocktail. Put that right there. This is a shaky cocktail. We're going to start off by adding a little bit of lemon juice and lime juice. I do want to mention a small miracle that's happening. It is late. That is my mom. She's up too late. So I'm not positive that is my mom. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this lady is that is saying hello to Cushies at almost 8 p.m. That is her bedtime. We're going to go ahead and grab this lemon. We're going to slice the nubbin. Slice the other side. Doing great. We also want to grab a lime. We need half an ounce of lime juice. Remember how that works? Squeeze this, squeeze this, squeeze this, and squeeze that. Get all that. Time is an illusion like pants. I feel like earlier I was concerned about the cat chef part. And I was wrong to worry about the cat chef part. The first part I should worry about. Crazy part. Go ahead and grab a lemon. How do you do a lemon? Slice it in half. Get like that. We want to put in 1/2 ounce of lemon. Your knife has some great sound effects, says Loriander. I forget that I'm doing them. Go ahead and squeeze in 1/2 ounce of lemon. I will be very honest with you, Loriander. I do those effects whether you guys are watching or not. That is what a knife sounds like. I do all the cooking at my house. I love cooking. My wife does not like cooking. She's good at it. There's a few things that she does really well. But I like cooking. So, you know, when you spread out the stuff, whilst I am doing the cooking, I will be doing the while I'm julienning things or whatever the heck I'm doing. We got to put in some of this guy. This is called simple syrup. We need 1/2 ounce of some simple syrup. So grab your 1/2 ounce jigger, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. There we go. Doing great. We also need to throw in our main liquor. Guys, these are fizzes. These are basic old-timey fizzes. We're going to reach down here and we're going to grab some of this. Now, this is a liquor that I had to go searching for a little bit because Scotch is not allowed in my house. There are people that live in my house and come to my bar that Scotch affects them greatly. Greatly. Oh, just real quick. Can I just commiserate? Derek, why do we do this to ourselves? Lincoln Riley comes in. We think this is going to be great. He hires that DeAnton Lynn away from UCLA. We were so excited about this year. I mean, I was at least. We lose to Minnesota. We lose to Michigan. Heartbreakers. And then, the fourth quarter, we just get outcoached. Outcoached and outplayed by number 4 Penn State. And now we're out, Derek. I was suggesting maybe you and I should find new schools. So hopefully we can get that going. Oh, hello, Amy Beer. Hello, Amy Beer. We are, yeah, fire Lincoln Riley. That's always our problem. Okay. So Scotch is not allowed in my house. I live with at least one Viking. And for those of you who don't know how the Scottish actually came to distill whiskey, there is a lot of evidence that points towards the Vikings on their way from Norway, etc., to come over to the United States or to Canada or wherever the heck they were. They stopped over in Scotland at the very tall parts, and they taught everybody how to distill liquor, which is why we still have one of these. This is a gift from my good friend Keith and Avery. This is called a quaich. Quaich. It's spelled like this. Quaich. Oh my God, what time is it? Oh geez, Louise, we gotta get going. It's called a quaich. Anyway, that's how Vikings used to eat. They used to all put all their stuff in one bowl, and you would drink. Anyway, so I believe that when people in my house start drinking Scotch, their Viking blood comes back in. They want to fight. I believe that is a very true statement. Anyway, we need 2 ounces of some Scotch. This is Auction Toction. That's what I've always called it, Auction Totion. It is from the region. It's from a region. Don't worry, it's from a region. 2 ounces of some Scotch. This will be the first Scotch I've had probably in 8 months. We also need to put in some absinthe. Absinthe. We have a little bit of absinthe here. We're going to go ahead and put a few dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of absinthe. Oh, that's why my 23andMe has 1% Scottish. That's exactly right. Crazy Cash Chef is a drinker. It's American. Okay. What else would you put in here? Oh, we need to put in egg white. Obviously, we need to put in egg white. Grab one more egg. Crack that egg. It's from a region, Derek. I promise you, it's from a region. It's from a region in Scotland. It has to be. That's what it has to be. Go ahead and dump that in here. The scotch is in here, the absinthe is in here, the sugar is in here. Did I put the sugar in here? Can somebody remind me if I put the sugar in here? I must have. The scotch is in here, the lime lemon is in here. We're gonna give this a dry shake. Then we're gonna give it a wet shake. We'll put 2 in there. We gotta make more ice anyway. Here we go. Oh, Doug, you're gonna want to see this last part. I'm gonna go as quick as I can. I promise, Doug. I promise. You're gonna want to see the last part. You have to see how to drink this. Otherwise, you're not gonna know how to drink this cocktail. Doug, come back. Doug, don't go. I don't even have the right glassware for it. We're gonna put in just a little bit of soda water. Thus making it a fizz. And we are going to get all of that ice out of there. Normally, what you'd want to do, you want to put this into a low glass, but because it's the late night show, we didn't have a lot of time to prep. We got in one of these, and here we have the Morning Glory Fizz. The most important part to a Morning Glory Fizz is not how you make it. You got to put scotch and some absinthe and some sugar and some lemon and some lime in there. Absolutely. A little egg white, a little soda water. You got to put that in there. Most important part of the Morning Glory Fizz is how you drink it. Shouldn't touch the ground. Once you have picked up the glass, it's got to go right down. It has to go straight down. Otherwise, it's not a Morning Glory Fizz. It's something else at that point. I don't know what you want to call it. That's some sort of slipper. Yeah, it's a slammer. But we need a slammer, not a sipper. That's it. Good night, Doug and Lulu. Always a pleasure. Never a show. Never a show. There we go. We did it. Oh my gosh, guys. The late night show went even later than I thought it would. Here's the deal. This week is a big one. Never a show. Yes. Hashtag never a show. Morning Glory Fizz shot is exactly what that is. Suddenly turned into a speed bar. What it is. It's suddenly a speed bar. We got all screwed up, guys. This week got all screwed up. We have some big stuff coming up this week. Tammy and I are back together on Friday. On Friday, Tammy and I are back together. So watch over at youtube.com/mixedcocktailhour. Tammy and I are doing a live show from Mixed Cocktail Hour. Tuesday and Thursday, both are some big issues for me this week. So we are instead going to do classes on Monday and Wednesday. Those are the days. Yes. Monday and Wednesday. We're doing a show Monday and Wednesday. The Wednesday show, I understand that I have something to do afterwards, but it's close and I can get it done. Monday and Wednesday for shows this week, guys, which means we will not have a Tiki Tuesday or a Thirsty Thursday. We will be doing a battle box at some point. We may be doing the Fernet battle box, or we might, and I think that this is an important one for us to deal with, we might be doing the egg white alternative battle box, where we will make a fizz, but we'll make it with egg white. We'll make it with fava beans, or what do you call them? Chickpeas, chickpea water, agua fava. And we'll be doing it with some of that Fizzes foaming. So we'll have a battle box this week, and we will have another show this week, but it'll be on Monday and Wednesday, not Tuesday, Thursday. And then Saturday, we will have a show. Just make sure that that's true. Saturday, we will have a show. Saturday, the 19th. Are we already at the 19th? Saturday, we'll have a show. So tune in for that. So to repeat, Monday, we are all meeting here. Wednesday, we're all meeting here. Friday, we're meeting at youtube.com/mixcocktailhour for me and Tammy to do a show. Will it be 9 p.m. yes, it'll be my time. It'll be 6 p.m. as normal. Oh, you should have some stuff for a battle box coming from Louisiana in a few days. Yes. Tempest Fugit has the best Fernet by a mile, says Dr. Taco. Drops in here, and then he says wild shit, and then it'll be. I mean, can that be true? Do we have to do a Fernet battle box? That sounds wild. Oh God. Okay. Well, we're gonna do a Fernet battle box then soon too. We were gonna do a Fernet and Coke, where we were gonna do Fernet Branca, and we were gonna decide how much was best. But wow, Dr. Taco just drops that Tempest Fugit has the best Fernet, and not even close. Wow. Hello, Dr. Taco. Okay. Well. Crap, now we got to do a whole Fernet. Oh, Lord. Okay, now we're going to do a whole Fernet battle box with different types of Fernet. Guys, we are so busy here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks that I have to remind you, and I have to remind myself sometimes too. These classes will always remain free, but if you can help out, there's a few ways you can do it. One of those ways is through my Patreon. If you guys just like, hanging out, the Patreon's a great way to do it. If you just want to buy me a drink, there's a couple ways to do it down there too. It's in a place called PayPal and Venmo. If you don't want to help out financially, there's a couple other great ways to do it. You can share, like, subscribe, and follow, and do all the rest of that stuff. Tell other people about the show. Get them here. We do classes normally 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, youtube.com/CushTender, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then if you can't do any of those things, the best way to do it is do exactly what you're doing right now, which is show up. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Bon is suggesting that I do not use the Grandpa Borda bottle. I would never, ever use the Grandpa Borda bottle. This is one of my prized pieces that is currently existing inside of the bar. I'm holding on to this for Grandpa Borda right now. We would never open that. No, we're going to do, I guess, Tempest Fugit, which has the best Fernet. My goodness, Dr. Taco. I got a Fernet that beats Tempest Fugit. Send it, Loriander. As Dr. Taco says, sing it. Don't sing it, bring it. All right, you guys send me your best Fernet alternatives, and we're going to do a whole battle box on that. Please send those to me as quick as you can. I want to get that going. Now, we have a battle of the redheads going. Dr. Taco is... Fernet Valette is also good. Do I have any of that? Oh, my God. We have so many Fernets to get a hold of. We are a Fernet show. Anyway, that's what we got, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to run these credits real quick. We still have not figured out how to get everybody in here without having a weird echo. So as soon as we do that, we will get guests back on here. And until then, we are going to... Crazy Cat Chef is not going to like that show. Either way. Thank you guys so much for showing up. As always, I'm going to need a bigger battle box. I'm going to need a bigger box. That's exactly right. Okay. Thank you guys so much for showing up. As always, you guys are the greatest. That Morning Glory Fizz has gone straight to my brain, and I got to leave. Otherwise, I'm going to be saying some weird stuff. Thank you guys, as always. We'll see you guys here on, not as always, it's not normal, Monday. All right. We'll see you guys back here on Monday. Sue's better. Okay, now I can't leave on that. Sue's is better than Fernet? Sue's? I don't hit straight there. Suze? I do think about that. As always, guys, thank you so much for showing up. There's no, I just have to address this. There is no way that Suze is better than Fernet. I'm sorry. Dr. Taco, Dr. Taco, when can I have you on the show? I got to get you on the show. As soon as I get the cameras going, Dr. Taco and I have a number of opinions that we have to talk about because, okay, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? Okay.
Could you wire me?
How are you today?
I'm having a party,
and you're invited. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
When did you discover that you were so beautiful?